Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Authorities are still waiting for autopsy results regarding the death of a man pulled from the Rainy River near Baudette, Minnesota. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. The victim is identified as 52-year-old John Martin Siglich of Shoreview, Minnesota. He was the CEO and president of Cerdan Health Systems and Consulting in St. Paul. Today, as Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, authorities were searching the river for his missing boat.
Emergency crews responded to a 911 call at 11:30 Monday morning after a resident spotted a body floating in the Rainy River near Baudette. Authorities used a boat to recover the body and take it to the Lakewood Health Center in Baudette, where John Siglich was pronounced dead. Sheriff Gary Fish says the victim was staying at his family cabin along the river with friends and was last seen on the river in his 14-foot boat. Today, deputies were using sonar in an effort to find the boat.
Yes, I have deputies out looking for his boat, his 14-foot camouflage boat.
He was out in that boat by himself when it apparently capsized or fell out or whatever happened?
He was last seen in that boat, correct, on the river.
Sheriff Fish says it does not appear foul play was involved. They're currently treating the incident as an accident, but he says they'll be able to release more information once they receive the preliminary autopsy report. Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
And again, as Neil mentioned, we'll have the results of that preliminary autopsy report for you as soon as it's available. Angry homeowners filled Fargo City Hall today, many sounding off about their increased property values. The City Board of Equalization meeting was held this morning with the city commissioners and assessor's office. The city assessor, Ben Hushka, presented the annual report, which showed the increase of sale price in single-family homes and how they came up with what your home is worth for tax purposes. The assessor's office says they have more than 380 property value appeals. His office will now go out and reassess those homes before the appeal hearings set for late May. Hushka adds his department continues to have issues with getting into homes to appraise them.
I don't know if it's a privacy issue or if people are just maybe frustrated with the taxes and their expenses in general, and we kind of represent that by coming out through the property.
How important is it, though, that you get in the homes to assess them?
Well, I think it's very important. I mean, if the more accurate data you can get, the more accurate appraisal you can come up with. You're not guessing at what might be in the home.
The appeal hearing is set for May 24th at 4 in the afternoon. Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we'll have reaction from Fargo homeowners. We've just learned that the University of North Dakota Athletics Department will be cutting its varsity baseball and men's golf programs because of budget cuts. Valley News Team's Alex Egan was at the news conference today and joins us live from Grand Forks with more. Alex?
Yeah, the news conference ending just a little bit ago, Andrea, and Brian Faison, the athletic director for North Dakota, calling this the hardest decision he's had to make in his career. The men's baseball team and the men's golf team will be cut for the 2015 following the 2015-16 season. The impact of the budget is the reason for the cuts, a $2.4 million budget impact for UND athletics for the 2016-17 season. They say it consists of $1.5 million in revenue increases and just about $887,000 in expense reduction. Cutting the two programs is going to save the athletic department around $720,000 in operating budgets and salaries. We caught up with athletic director Brian Faison, and we caught up with interim president Ed Schaefer, who agreed that this is a very tough day for North Dakota athletics.
It's hard. It's, we're affecting people's lives. We're making decisions that are ruining people's hopes and dreams.
UND baseball played its first game in 1889, took a couple of hiatuses before beginning its modern era in 1956. It's in its third year as a member of the Western Athletic Conference. Men's golf became a varsity sport at UND in 1929 and is currently in its second season of Big Sky membership. The head coach of the baseball team, Jeff Dodson, tweeting out just a little bit ago, "The saddest day in my 22 years of coaching. I will reserve comment for now as we help our players go through this despicable situation." Two programs being cut here at North Dakota for the for the future. Reporting live in Grand Forks, Alex Egan, Valley News Live Sports.
All right, Alex, thank you so much for that live report. UND Athletics will honor all athletic scholarships for affected students, and we'll have much more on this on Valley News Live at 6. Some of us might see clouds and showers this evening, but we did warm up a bit today. Let's head over to Hutch Johnson to find out more. Hutch?
Thanks, Andrea. As we look outdoors, temperatures did warm up to right close to 50 in Fargo before some clouds moved in. Those clouds producing showers. Look at the warmth out to the west. Dickinson 70, and it's near 80 in Chamberlain, South Dakota. Here's a look at wind speeds. Yes, we've had gusty winds from the south today, over 20 miles per hour, and they are starting to taper off just a bit as the rain showers move through the southern Red River Valley and parts of western Minnesota. From Bemidji south through Detroit Lakes, we're seeing a few sprinkles making their way through Fergus Falls. Heavier rain where you see the yellows moving into Lisbon within the next 15 minutes. A sidewalk wetting shower for sure. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows these showers will be moving through the early evening, but by the time we get to 10 tonight, temperatures will stay around the 40 to 50 degree mark, and we'll see clearing skies. All details in your hour-by-hour forecast. We do warm up. Some of those 70s will be heading our way, Andrea. I'll have all the details on the best day of the week coming up here in a minute.
All right, thank you, Hutch. The Moorhead Police Department is notifying the public about a level 3 sex offender who's now living in Moorhead. Jeremy Scott Lundgren moved to the 1000 block of 2nd Avenue North in Moorhead on April 2nd. Lundgren engaged in sexual contact with a 6-year-old victim. The contact included sexual touching and penetration. Lundgren knew the victim. There is no public meeting planned at this time. A former substitute teacher in Dilworth, Glendon, Felton Public Schools, accused of having sex with high school boys, appeared in court today. Tara Nichols was charged with 2 felony counts of criminal sexual conduct. She was booked into the jail today but was released on several conditions, including no contact with the victims. Nichols will have a hearing next month. A mother and father are facing child neglect charges after their 5-month-old child was taken to the Sanford ER. A judge set bail at $50,000 for both 24-year-old Christopher Lee Olson and 21-year-old Ashley Dawn Smith. Court documents reveal their child had bruises all over her body. Smith admitted to shaking the child at the end of February, early March. Olson denied causing any injuries to the child. Both are in the Cass County Jail. What a mess and spectacle at the Salon Professional Academy in South Fargo. And for its owners, this is not the first time. This silver Toyota came crashing through the cosmetology school's window around 1 this afternoon. Salon co-owner Jody Ellingson tells Valley News Live a guest was coming in to get her hair done by one of the students. She says the woman got her flip-flops stuck and couldn't hit the brakes. So the car came crashing into the building through a plate glass window.
I just heard the screaming and it was like an explosion. And then I heard a student yell, somebody's under the car. But after getting up closer, it was just a mannequin head. So it wasn't anybody. So everybody's safe. The lady's okay. And thank God no one got hurt.
Ellingson says it's fortunate the crash happened near the noon hour, as the crash area would otherwise be busy with students and customers. There is damage to the building, but firefighters say it does not appear to be extensive. It took a wrecker crew working with the fire department about an hour to get the car out of the building. Ellingson says a similar accident happened at another store of hers 2 years ago. 5 people are in jail and charges are pending in a drug bust in Monoman County. Sheriff Doug Creer tells Valley News Live the arrests follow searches of 3 pieces of property in Nadawash. He says investigators were looking for drugs and guns, and he says they found them and cash as well. But he's not saying how much just yet. Creer also says several young children have been taken into protective custody. State, federal, tribal, and local teams work together on the arrests. In today's schemes and ripoffs, the Clay County Sheriff's Office says don't be fooled by ATVs sold at low prices on Craigslist. It's a scam. The Sheriff's Office says they have taken multiple reports over the past several weeks. The Post says the seller will request the buyer to put the money for the ATV on several gift cards. The seller then asks for the card's information to get the money and promises to ship the ATV, but they never show up. Some advice offered by the sheriff's office to avoid being scammed. Deal with sellers and buyers face-to-face. Beware of offers involving shipping and never wire money. Grand Forks police are searching for information on a dog to see if it has rabies. That's because it bit a woman. It happened near 905 32nd Avenue South, and police say the dog was loose at the time. Now they want to know if the dog has a current rabies vaccination. It's described as a small brown dog with dark brown or black drooping ears. It also had a red collar with tags. If you have any information or are the owner of this dog, you're asked to contact the police department at 787-8000. Comedian Ralphie May is postponing tonight's show at the Fargo Theater and 2 other upcoming shows. May is facing backlash over comments made about Native Americans. The promoter for the show, Jade Presents, released a statement this morning saying, in addition to Fargo, he will postpone shows in Sioux Falls and Burnsville out of respect for the Native American community and safety concerns. He plans to return to Fargo to perform for fans as soon as possible, and Jade Presents says it will announce the new date. People who already bought tickets are being told to hold on to them until a rescheduled date is announced.